Covering a huge area of 300 hectares, Hoa Lu Ancient Capital is a home to many important buildings. It's surrounded by beautiful landscape with mountain, river all around. And here is one of the four courtyards of Chang'an Scenic Landscape Complex, which was officially recognized by UNESCO as the World Heritage Site in Southeast Asia in 2014.
In the 10th century, this place wasn't just beautiful, it was powerful. Surrounded by steep hills, winding rivers, and natural moats, Hoa Lu was a perfect spot for defense. That's why, in 968, a local hero named Ninh Binh chose this land to unite the country after years of civil war. He became the first emperor of unified Vietnam and founded the very first centralized feudal state here. Hoa Lu then became the political, economic, and cultural head of the nation. Today, when you walk through these ancient grounds, you are not just exploring old temples and ruins, you are stepping into the birthplace of Vietnamese history.
Okay everyone, so now we are standing in the upper temple, also known as the King Dinh Tien Hoang Temple. This is a large area, about the 5 square kilometers. It includes courtyards, gardens, and a lot of lake inside. Passing through the gate on the left side, you will see the semi-circular lake. Actually, in Vietnam, it's a cradle of wet-rat civilization. They said that the water is like the source of whole happiness in the world. Now we are standing in the dragon bed, over 400 years old, weighing 1.5 tons.
At the temple of King Dinh Tien Hoang, you'll find the two ancient dragon beds. The one outside is used to arrange and prepare offerings before entering the main shrine. What makes it truly special is carved entirely from the single block of blue stone. On the top of the altar, you can see the beautifully carving image of a single dragon. The dragon's head is the right place at the center, while its body coils around, symbolizing the cosmic flow of the universe like the swirling forces of wind and rain.
And right here after me, you can see that we have the ceremonial gate. In the past, actually, if the official they want to go inside, they have to check the clothes to make sure that everything is good. In this courtyard here, you see that we have a lot of the kim dao tree. Actually, here is a type of the very valuable type of the good in the 10th century. Just for the king and the royal family can use the chopstick made by this good. If the food had poison, the chopstick change to the black color. Right here, we are standing in the inner ceremonial gate. Actually, a lot of the tourists, when they go inside, they always ask me the question, why is the threshold higher like that? Actually, in Vietnam, we believe that when you enter the pagoda and the temple, you have removed all the bad thing, all the worry outside, and you just go inside with a sincere heart. And the second reason that the old generation want to teach the next generation like me, when they go inside the pagoda, they have to bow their head to show the respect with the ancestor inside. this area we have the three main way, and actually in the past the middle one here also for the biggest one we just reserved for the king and queen, but now just about the 20,000 Vietnam dong you can to go in this way like the king and queen at that time. And in the two smaller side here we reserve for the Mandarin for military and Mandarin for the literature. In the right hand here we have the house to show you how about the model of the ancient Hoa Lu Capital, and in the left side here is a place we worship for the parents of the king.
Passing through the gate, we are standing
In the dragon courtyard, and right now I also to show you with the dragon bed, the second one. This is one of the most beautiful one in terms of the skill and designs, and it's great about the two tones.
This inner dragon bed is especially admired for its artistic detail, because here the dragon carving is much clearer and more refined. You can see the dragon holding the prey in its mouth, the symbol of wisdom and power. Its body is round and full, the scales are simple yet elegant. What's even more fascinating is that the altar is fully enclosed on all four sides, so when it rains, water collects on the survey, making the dragon carving stand out even more vividly. It's like watching the dragon come to life. Take a look at this beautiful stone foundation. This is called đá cổ bồng, and they are carving with traditional Vietnamese symbol like the four noble plants, pine, bamboo, chrysanthemum, and apricot, and the four sacred animals like dragon, unicorn, turtle, and phoenix. Right below, you'll see the panel with the three ancient Chinese characters. They read from right to left, Chính Thống Thủy, which means establishing legitimacy from the very beginning. This word praised King Dinh as the founder of Vietnam's first centralized feudal state, the man who laid the foundation for a unified and sovereign nation. The second hall is the Ancient Burner Hall. Here we honor the important officials who served under the King Dinh. The most special are the four top generals. They were King Ding's childhood friends. They used to pretend battle with three flags. When the king unified the country, he gave them important jobs because he trusted them too much. Now, we are entering the main hall, the most sacred part of the temple. In the past, people could come inside to pray, but today it's closed to protect the space because of many visitors. In the center is a statue of King Dinh Tiên Hoàng. He's shown sitting like the real king, wearing the golden robe and the crown. To his left is his oldest son, Prince Dinh Lien, who helped his father fight the 12 warlords and unite the country. To his right is his second son, Dinh Hạc Lang, and behind them is youngest son, Dinh Tuan, who became king when he was just only 6 years old. Let me tell you the story of one of Vietnam's best founding kings, Dinh Tiên Hoàng, born in the year 924 right here in Hoa Lu, Ninh Binh. As a child, he lost his father early and was raised by his mother. But even at the young age, he was known for being smart and incredibly brave. There's popular legend about him. He used reed grass to make pretend flag, gather the village kids, and act out battle like the little general. That image of the boy flaying war with grass flag became a symbol of leadership from childhood. At the time, Vietnam was in chaos. The country was divided, with 12 warlords fighting for power in different regions, a period called the Rebellion of the 12 warlords. Ninh Binh Province, his real name, had the vision and the talent to bring peace. One by one, he defeated the warlords, and in 968, he united the country under one rule. He crowned himself emperor and took the name Dinh Tiên Hoàng. He named the country Đất Cổ Việt, the first official name of the independent Vietnamese kingdom. He made Hoa Lu the capital, built the royal court, trained the army, set up laws, and created the first strong central government in Vietnamese history. Under his rule, the country became more stable. He also established peaceful relationship with China's Tống dynasty, maintaining Vietnam's independence while avoiding war. But in 979, a terrible event changed everything. The king and his eldest son, Prince Dinh Lien, were assassinated by the court official named Đỗ Thích. Their sudden death left the kings in crisis. A top general Lê Hoàn eventually took power and founded the next dynasty, the early Lê dynasty.
So we just finished to visit the temple of King Dinh Tiên Hoàng, and now we move in the next one is the temple of King Lê Đại Hành. And now on the way to visit the second temple, you can see the really big mountain. Actually, we call it the Phi Van Mountain range. It has the 9 peaks and look like the dragon head. In the past, this mountain here divide the Hoa Lu Ancient Capital into the 2 parts, the inside and the outside. Inside was a place for the royal family living, and outside the King Dinh also built for the palace. Now we are standing in the King Lê Đại Hành temple. Actually, the design of this temple is similar to the first temple, but everything inside is more simple because actually in the past Lê Đại Hành was a famous general under the King Dinh. So that's why the people they build this temple is a more modest way to show the respect with the King Dinh who came before. And for example, right here you can see that we have another dragon bed, and actually the dragon bed here we know for the dragon decoration. As I mentioned before, because the people they want to show the respect with the king, so that's why you can see that the threshold here is not high like the first temple.
On my right hand is a place
Place to worship for the Confucius, and in the left side is a place we worship for the supervising Mandarin. Just like the temple of the King Dinh Tiên Hoàng, in the temple of the King Lê Đại Hành here, we also have the 2 dragon beds, but it's also known for the dragon, and the design is look like very simple.
This temple is made from solid iron wood, which is very strong and precious kind of wood in Vietnam. There are 3 main sections inside the temple. The first area is called the front hall. This is where people come to prepare offerings and show the respect. The second area is the Thiêu Hương Hall. It's where they worship the important officials, both military and civil, from the early Lê dynasty. The last area, at the very back, is the main sanctuary, the most sacred part of the temple. In the center is the statue of Emperor Lê Đại Hành. He's sitting like he's in the royal meeting, wearing a golden robe and royal crown. On the left of the emperor, Empress Duong, she was his wife and also have him rule the country. On the right is a Prince Lê Long Đinh, his 5th son. Usually in Vietnam, we place male statue on the left and female statues on the right. But here, the Empress is placed on the left. Why? Because if she stood on the right, her back would face the temple of Emperor Dinh Tiên Hoàng, her first husband. So they put her on the left so she can still face both kings to show the loyalty and the respect to the both sides. This is a statue of Empress Duong and it's very special. Many experts say this statue is one of the most emotional and meaningful in Vietnam. The artist didn't just make the statue, they show her feelings and thoughts to her face. If you look at her from in front, you'll see a small smile. She looks very happy and peaceful, like the mother who is proud to see her country in peace. But if you look from inside the temple, you'll see many wrinkles on her forehead. This shows her worries. She had to make the hard decision. Should she give the throne to her son, or should she give it to another person to save the country? And if you look at from the her face, you'll see her cheeks are a little bit red, like she is shy. That's it because she was a queen of two different kings. She had lived and duty with both of them. It showed how she felt embarrassed, but also strong and brave. So you've just explored the ancient traits in Hoa Lu dynasty, the proud beginning of Vietnam's first centralized feudal state after 1,000 years under Chinese rule. If you enjoyed the journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss out on more amazing stories from Vietnam creative travel.